hello, hello. It's Deborah Francis White. This is The New Normal, the show about life and feminism in lockdown. Today, my guest is Jess Robinson. She's a fantastic comedian. She is a brilliant singer-songwriter. She does wonderful, wonderful, joyful shows. She was meant to be on tour with us, and we just had her on, but her 4G and Wi-Fi wasn't working. So she's gone into another room with just the 4G, and we're going to try again. Okay, oh, that didn't seem to work. Hold on. Here we go. Let's see if we can bring her back.
Is it working?
That's better.
Amazing.
That's great.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Amazing.
You are a brilliant performer, singer-songwriter, all things wonderful. And sadly, we were meant to be on tour together, but we are not.
I'm gutted. I had lots of lovely new songs written, especially one that was inspired. I don't know, probably lots of the people who are watching now came to the Albert Hall and saw Jess Hines's amazing part of I Am, the I Am Strong speech that she did.
Yes.
So I've written a song about that. A new guilty feminist anthem, I've decided.
I can't even believe it. We had a new guilty feminist anthem. We're meant to be. I saw somebody on Saturday night, people put their tickets up and they're like, I was meant to be out in Richmond tonight, the guilty feminist. I went last year and blah, blah, blah. And here's my ticket. Instead, I'm at home ordering a KFC. And I was like, oh, no.
Not KFC.
No, but we will be back. We will be back. We'll do the tour again next year. And I'm sure. Somebody here says we're a group of amazing women trying to fight our maternity leave, to extend our paternity leave. Yeah, well, can you DM us about that? Or can you email us at guiltyfeminist@gmail.com? Would that be okay? So first of all, Jess Robinson, how the hell are you?
I'm all right, actually. I've been making a new podcast because that's what we need more of in the world.
We don't need a podcast from you. We don't need everybody's new podcast, but we do need one from you.
No, it's brilliant. It's called Stars in Your Ears, and it's out on the 2nd of June on all the platforms, and it's celebrating all different women's voices. Basically, I do impressions of lots of different women, from Judy Garland doing Somewhere Over the Rainbow to Shirley Bassey, Goldfinger, to a bit of Nicki Minaj. All of the feminists.
Excellent.
Are there.
All of the guilty feminists.
All of the guilty, and some of the guiltiest feminists are there, and we love them.
So exciting! So exciting!
Yeah.
I think I got an invitation from you to be on it, which I have because I was in the middle of this big deadline script. I've got so many people I need to get back to, including you. So I would love to be on it. That sounds brilliant. What do I have to do, Jess?
Well, we will talk about your voice, whether you like it, what you think of it, whether people judge you a certain way because of the way you speak and how you use your voice and sort of stuff like that. You will get to choose any singer and any song, and the band and I will perform it. So you could choose Mariah Carey singing Highway to Hell. You could choose Billie Holiday singing I've Got a Brand New Combine Harvester. We'll just do it. It's great fun. And
how would that know how that would sound?
I've got a brand new combine harvester. I'll give you the key.
Well, I really look forward to that. That sounds brilliant. I have actually started singing lessons in lockdown.
Well, this is perfect because it ends with a fantasy duet, Debs.
Definitely, yes. I've been singing for Good, which is a duet from Wicked.
That's going to be our duet. Amazing.
Okay, all right. It's not live, is it? I get to record this as many times as I want.
100%. 100%. Okay. Yeah, you're fine.
I'm 100% there. Very exciting. So I sing as myself because that's all I can do.
Yeah, you sing as yourself.
Sing it with Britney if I want.
You can, exactly, and you'll be backed by my amazing band called Jessington World of Adventures, who are just gorgeous.
Dream scenario for me.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
what's
I'm very
your
excited.
karaoke song?
I often do All That Jazz.
Yeah.
I did I did something as somebody. I did uh, about a year ago. I did Mine Hair at a musical as Theresa May.
Oh my God.
Because it was sort of like Goodbye to Europe,
Yeah.
and I did it very sinister, sort of like, I think I'm trying to remember how I did it. You have to understand the way I am. Mine hair. A tiger is a tiger, not a lamb. Mine hair. She's got all that air in her voice. And I remember you doing something about everyone's like 3 degrees from Theresa May. Do you remember that?
Everybody's 6 degrees from Theresa May, no matter who they are.
That's right. I remember this.
I can't remember who I start with, but you know, even if it's I don't know, oh, Paloma Faith, you know how she sounds like a baby when she speaks, and then if you make it northern, suddenly it's Jane Horrocks, and if you take it down a little bit, it's Sharon Osbourne. Where do I go from Sharon? I can't remember, darling. Maybe you just take it down a little bit more, and then suddenly it's Theresa bloody May. Why am I still an MP?
Fantastic. This is so fantastic. I can't wait to see your podcast. I've been mostly in lockdown. I've been dancing. That's my thing. I've been doing dancing lessons, but I started singing as well, because basically, like, I'm at home all the time, and apart from writing and the new normal and some Zoom calls, I'm at home, so I'm not darting around and I've got to be here and I've got to be there. So I can fit in these lessons, and I've found this site called Super Prof, which is it's actually a French site, but anyone can teach on it. And so you hire a teacher, and I've hired like a yoga teacher in India. I've hired this really gorgeous singer who's a student on her gap year. It feels like and the prices are very, very reasonable, but it feels like you're sort of connecting with I'm connected with lots of women of color, actually, who are the most incredible teachers. Every single one I've hired has been an amazing, amazing teacher, very, very patient, which they need to be, because that's me. And Melissa, my dance teacher, she did the new normal last week, and she honestly she's the person I've seen most of in lockdown, except for Tom, who I live with. And some days more than Tom, because I've had a 2-hour dance lesson with her, and Tom and I've both been working and we haven't connected that much. It's called Super Prof. But put a link, I can teach piano. Oh, okay.
Lovely.
Yeah, but I had to pay to join the site, but it's been so worth it, because I've just found this incredible plethora of teachers. And this week, Melissa needs a week off, so I've hired a supply teacher, a supply dance teacher, because I don't want to take days off, because I'm just getting good. And by good, I think we do need to factor in where I started, but I've been dancing 8 weeks now, maybe 9 weeks, every single day. And you do get better at anything that you do.
If they offered you Strictly, would you do it?
I wouldn't have said yes, but now I would. I mean, I think I'll probably need my own TV show before I get offered Strictly, but now I would.
Well, I think you probably need your own musical now. When we come out of lockdown, it's going to be Deborah Francis White, the musical, right?
Don't taunt me. Well, I really want to get Suffrageddon going again, and I think I might have found a way to get that kick-started. But yeah, I do think you just get good at things that you do over and over, unless you're Theresa May, and then as many goes as you have being Prime Minister, who seems to get worse. It didn't work for her. Even the dancing, and she had a lot of dancing lessons. That was what was fun, doing her at a musical, because the shoulder, we looked at how she was doing it, a lot of it's in the shoulder, so she danced as well. It was so much fun. So I want to do Mama Morton when a musical comes back. I'm starting a little bit of Mama Morton.
Right.
How about you? What's your dream role in a musical if they came calling? Because I think whenever I watch Jess whenever I watch Jess at the show when we were touring and we were playing huge spaces, I mean sometimes like literally the Royal Albert Hall, the way she would get the crowd going, and the way you would impersonate all these different people but bring this element and this joy to it. I couldn't work out why you weren't the most famous person in the world. I used to keep thinking, it's always what I thought. It's like, why is she not the most famous person in the world? I don't understand. So I can only imagine there's a very short period of time between now and you having your own show. I feel like you just need like an angle of like what it's going to be. And I think it probably is. This is my pitch for you.
Yeah.
This is the pitch I would pitch.
Yeah.
It would be
Can someone write this down, please, guys?
Yeah. It will be, I think it's probably ITV.
Yeah.
And it's, you work with different celebrities. So say, for example, I want to be Theresa May, you work with me on that.
Yeah.
And then we duet. So I duet with you as Britney or Madonna or whatever.
It's stars in your ears then. It is a bit my podcast.
Maybe now you've said that, I've gone, oh, that could be the but that you teach me to impersonate someone. So it's a bit like Stars in Your Eyes, but you host it and we duet. So you run something with me that I can do and then we duet together.
That would be so fun.
Except get someone more famous than me. Like, I'm you're literally going to be able to do that with whoever you want. So I mean, I would love to be on it, but I'd really happily also produce it because I think and never be on it because I think it would be amazing. So I'm so
guys.
I'm so excited for that to happen. It will happen, Jess. I 100% believe it will happen.
I want to make an album as well, and there's so much I want to do. But I think for me, lockdown has been quite of a roller coaster, because some really sad things happened. That I lost my dad, who was 80, and it was just as lockdown was happening. So thankfully, I just decided to ignore the rules and just go and see him, because our friend who was a doctor has said he's fading and I think you should see him while he's still dad. And I just went, and I'm so glad I did. And I was with him for the last 3 days of life, and there when it happened and all of that sort of stuff, and that was the most precious, valuable thing ever. But coming out of that, in a way, people have been saying, gosh, it must be so hard when it's lockdown. But I think in a lot of ways, because everybody stopped and because the whole world has stopped, I felt okay to just be quiet and let myself sort of grieve and get on with that without feeling the pressure of having to try and keep up with everybody else as well, which I know I would. But it's also
or feeling like everyone else is having a great time, or like, I think there is no FOMO, but it must still be, it's still a trauma to have had that happen at all, and then with the rest of the world in stasis, and with you not having your normal comforts. Yes, you're not expected to go out and work in the same way, but also without your normal comforting strategies that are accessible to you, like going and having dinner with a friend, or having somebody come and stay with you for the weekend or whatever. It's still a trauma.
All of the wine and eating.
I'm
all
sure.
Of it. Brighton has no cheese left.
Oh, Jess, but don't underestimate. Like I'm sure you do seem to be coping incredibly at the moment. But down the line, and when we come out of lockdown, you must ask all of your friends, including me, for the things that you need, because you're entitled to that. Like, don't feel you can't later think, why am I going into a morning now when everyone else is like back out? All they want to go and do is go to Pizza Express and go to a movie and go to the pub. If you're not in that place, then you should absolutely ask for what you need, because sometimes during trauma we shelve what we can't cope with, because
I think I've probably done that quite a lot and put my focus into being creative, and then suddenly it hits me that he's gone, and I'll suddenly think, oh shit, and I've been having quite a nice day, and I feel a bit guilty. Do you know what I mean? Although he would like me to be getting on, but you just go, oh god, I must have no heart.
I do that. Because I reacted by my dad was died too young, and I was very depressed at first, and then when I got into this place of being able to go back to my life, I used to feel terrible guilt, and it was like I felt numb, and then suddenly it would rush back, and I'd think, oh my God, the pain would rush back, and I would think, thank God, like, why wasn't I feeling it? Like, I'm a, you know, am I a monster? And it's like,
Am I a
no,
robot?
exactly, am I a robot? No. Am I Theresa May? No, it's fine. I'm not. My brain is doing what it needs to do to get on, and it it cannot mourn 24/7. It can't do it. It needs to cope, and so everything you're feeling or not feeling is so unbelievably normal. Have you talked to Caroline Lloyd? Someone was saying from
No,
Grief
not
Pass.
yet, but I do love that podcast. I'd love to do it.
You must.
She's a very clever girl. She's brilliant.
She will be very interested to talk to you about grieving in lockdown as well, because I know a lot of people who are going through it, and it's weird because you can't do any of those normal things that you would do to get closure on something. So I'm so glad you did see him.
Oh God, me too. We had the whole family on Zoom as well, while my brother in Glasgow and my sister, who was only a few miles away but actually had coronavirus at the time, so couldn't come round. And actually, I can't tell you how magical. Seem a bit weirdly positive about it all. How magical the funeral was, though, because when we came out, we live in this. Well, my mum lives in this teeny tiny little village in Hertfordshire, and it's a really beautiful community. And she plays the organ in the village church, even though we're Jewish. And we came out with the hearse, and obviously we weren't allowed a big funeral, and we weren't even allowed in the church. So it was just had to be a graveside thing, but everybody in the village lined the streets, and it was the most beautiful sunny day, and there was a beautiful bird called a red kite that was circling really low all the way with us to the church.
Oh my God,
just magical. And we walked through the village, and everybody in the village was just there standing at the side, and it felt like he was a king, which he wasn't. Wow. But it felt like felt like such an honor and such a magical thing, which, you know, just wouldn't have happened on a normal day in a normal circumstance. And it made it all the more beautiful and special in a lot of ways, and more fitting for him.
Wow, that's really moving, Jess. Thank you for telling us that. And I know that will be like a comfort for lots of other people who are going through it. And I'm really sorry, though. I'm really sorry. Sorry, I feel quite tearful today anyway. And so I'm like, sorry, this is you, like, coping so well and telling this story, and me going, oh no.
Fine, I think I'm in denial.
You're doing, your brain and your body's doing what it needs to do, and it's doing it well, and you know, but I mean, it is very moving to hear that kind of thing.
I just need to poo better, actually.
Right, okay.
I've overshared. Now I've overshared. Sorry.
I mean, I'm absolutely fine with all of the grief stuff, but none of the scatology. I can't do it. You know, it's a hallmark of me.
Stop the tears, though, right?
Yeah. So this covers. We ask people every day if they've had a low moment, because we tend to live stream the good ones and not the bad ones. But that really overcovers a low moment, because that's such a huge deal. But the way you've described it, also, it sounds like it was very beautiful, and as you say, something that wouldn't have happened otherwise. And you'll never forget it, and he will never be forgotten.
Never.
No one will forget that. No one will forget it. Carrie, I'm just plugging myself in. Can I ask you, have you, to leap into something more playful, have you got any new I'm a Feminist buts because of lockdown?
I'm a feminist, but I had an absolute rage the other day, and I mean, like a shouting, spinning around one. Sometimes when I'm really angry, I'll spin round, because I couldn't do my favourite skirt up because I've eaten so much cheese during lockdown.
It's a
really pretty skirt.
I really, really, truly believe that Lockdown is a time for everybody to be in their body, and their body will respond to lockdown as their body is going to respond, and it's coming with you on a journey, and it is not um it's just something to be loved and listened to at the moment. But I absolutely understand it, because you love that skirt and you're like, oh, on top of everything else,
it used to be on my hips and I can't even do it up around the waist.
I 100%, as a guilty feminist of note, I grant you full permission through this to be at peace with all skirts and all cheese, and allow yourself to do the same shelving that you're doing with grief, to just be like, it's there, it's sitting there, it's sitting there, it's sitting there. Okay. And you are absolutely entitled to move as much as you like, eat as much as you like. Know that there'll be other days, and there'll be other ways. And you know what? There are different skirts. So as lovely as that skirt is, that skirt may have served you till the end of an era, or there may dawn another day where you go, oh, this skirt's too big now. Yeah, it's
let it happen. And I shouldn't even be worried about any of that, as you say. As Jess Fosterq said at the other, we're in the middle of a bloody pandemic. What are you worrying about it for?
100%, 100%. It's not a valid concern, but that doesn't mean it can't make you emotional. Because we've all been raised in the same environment where that has been made overly important to us. So also, don't beat yourself up for feeling sad about it. People do things for good reason. We all use strategies to cope. And also, your anger is valid in that moment as well. If you're like, now on top of everything else, because I haven't been living my normal routine, I've changed in a way that I don't feel comfortable with. That's okay too. It's okay, because I think we sometimes as feminists think we're not allowed to feel upset about that, but that's unreasonable, because we've been raised in a patriarchy. So if you feel upset, let yourself feel upset, and then let it wash through you, and really focus on what is really important to you, and and it will just filter away. But don't beat yourself for being upset either. I think that's important. Have you got any feminist causes that we could get behind and help you with? So it could be an organization, a petition, a foundation, a charity. Is there anything we can help you with that you think that matters to me, and we could make a little story about it and everyone could get behind it?
I tell you what, actually, my friend Rachel has started from practically nothing, and now she's got 10,000 followers, a thing called the Sing Space, and it brings everybody together every morning to do a vocal warm-up. And it's not like a massive feminist charity or anything else, but it is my best friend Rachel, who I'm really proud of, and she's doing great things.
Is that Rachel Paris?
No, it's Rachel Lines, although and I think Rachel Paris has been on it, and she just apparently has now got 10,000 followers on Facebook. It's called the Sing Space, and you warm up all together every morning, and it just sets you up for the day, and you've used your voice, and you've got your voice ready to go, and you start the day feeling confident and having sort of joined in and raised your voice and been musical and brilliant.
I love that. So could you make a little story so we could know where to find it, and at the Guilty Feminist, and then we'll share it here. Yes. Also, everyone should follow. Are you Jessinson on here?
Yes, Jessinson.
Yeah, you're Jessinson. So follow Jessinson, and she will put that story up, and it will also be on our story so that we can find it, because I'd love to do that. What time of the morning is it?
I think it's 10 o'clock every day.
Sadly, I'm dancing then, but if I'm not dancing one day, I will join in, because I would love that. That's a great thing to do. And you've really taught me about finding your voice and using your voice. Your song, This Is My Voice, just does me in every time. You sang it at the Royal Albert Hall. It's so stunning. And getting the audience to sing, it's so beautiful. And it's a really important feminist thing to use our voices. And even if we don't have a voice that day, even if all we have is our breath, even if we're lying down and we have nothing but our breath and we can't give it, just focusing on the breath is such a powerful thing to do. And if we do find we have voice, to use it and to join in with other women, I think it's such a powerful thing to do. And just joining with other human beings doing that is such a powerful thing. Do you have any books, binge watchers, anything that you've been sort of yum 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 yum
Yeah.
in lockdown that you could share with us?
So, have you heard of? You probably have. It's probably like um, Feminist Square One, but Pussy, a Reclamation by Mama Gina.
Oh, yes, I think I have heard of this. Can you show it to me?
Yes, one moment, caller.
I'll busk in the meantime. Bye, mein lieber Herr, farewell, mein lieber Herr. It was a fine affair, but now it's over. And though I used to care, I need the open air. You're better off without me. You'll get on without me.
Hooray!
Yeah, I was
That
just
was
busking with a bit of mine hair.
This is it.
Wow. Pussy
Pussy,
a
a Reclamation.
reclamation. Expand, please. We're
Well,
going to need more information.
with this book, you're being handed the keys to a turned on life, a life that is authentic, radiant, and open to pleasure and joy. Regina Thomas-Scher has long noticed that pussy is one of the most pejorative words in the English language. No one calls you a pussy when they want to tell you how radiant you look, how capably you work, or what an inspiring life you lead. But all
Fair.
that's about to change in this remarkable book. So she basically reclaims the word, and also, so there are exercises like swamping that you have to do, which is what we were talking about earlier, which is you really let yourself feel, you let yourself move through all of those powerful emotions when you're feeling shit, and you get it all out.
Wow.
And you are supposed to, you think of your pussy as a goddess. It's quite radical, this. And you're supposed to get a hand mirror and look at it every day and
Every
say
day.
hello every morning. Hello, gorgeous. You're supposed to say.
Can you say
And
that as Barbara?
hello, gorgeous.
No, thank you. That's how I associate it. Associate it with
Hello,
Barbara
gorgeous.
Streisand. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello, gorgeous. Yeah, and every night you say good night, gorgeous. I think you're supposed to masturbate quite a lot, because when you're most
I mean,
turned on and in your goddess mode, that is when
mm,
you're creative.
okay.
It's
Well,
quite,
look,
it is hilarious. It's a wild ride. It's pretty.
look, there probably is something in that. I do find like that's the same. If I'm in a very creative space, I can be a little bit more open to sexy times, or not need it because it's almost the same impetus.
Right.
Like if I've got a really good, exciting, dynamic script going on, I don't think about it because
No,
I'm like,
I'm not. I've
it's
got
the
an idea. I don't want
same.
to go and.
Yeah, it's like that's a distraction, but or sometimes it can make you more. But so I do think it's the same impetus. It's the same, the ego, the turning on of the inner light. So I'm sure there is
Exactly.
something in it.
Yeah.
And look,
It's
I
hilarious.
believe people are getting more in touch with what was it, swamping during
Yeah.
lockdown.
Yes.
For many
Right.
people are. Apparently, the sales of vibrators are one of the only things on the up.
Oh, really? Mm.
Oh,
Makes sense.
somebody's suggesting your T-shirt says there's a T-shirt every day. Based,
Yeah.
it's only print on demand, so there's no waste. And Ashley agrees now insisted we get them locally, so the new ones are being got locally, and they're printed locally and everything. So and then there's absolutely no waste, but it says the new normal, stay at home, and then it says a quote from you, guest of the day,
Hello,
and
gorgeous.
you get 100% of the profits. The merch store doesn't take anything, we don't take anything. And someone's suggesting hello gorgeous and a picture of a cat,
That's very funny.
or it could be hello gorgeous hashtag pussy if they can't do a picture. I don't know if they can do a picture.
Oh, hashtag pussy. I love
Yeah,
that.
this is a
Honestly,
suggestion.
it's the maddest book. It's outrageous and it's a scream, but there's some really great, inspiring stuff in there as well.
Okay, all right. Everybody, can you make a little story of that as well, please?
Sure, you
Because I
bet.
suspect stories are going to go. Sales of that are gonna top out here.
It's on
I
audio
feel
as
that's happened.
well.
Well, I would not want to be caught listening to it. I'd rather be caught reading it. It's like I can't even imagine what that audiobook sounds like.
She's amazing.
I'm sure it's fantastic. And do you have any hope, renewed hope for humanity because of what's happened? Is there anything where you're like, oh, we're having a revelation here, or we're having an epiphany, we're having a moment? Is there
Yeah,
anything where you think, yeah,
I,
I can see attitudes or changes?
absolutely, I do, but it's a wary one. I really, it's a renewed hope with a couple of reservations. I really love the way that life has slowed down and humans are actually connecting more now they can't see each other so much.
Mm, that's
And
true.
just feels like people are being a bit more thoughtful, a bit more kind, sort of looking out for each other, the community thing, which has, reflected to me in the way that, everybody in the village is being so amazing with my mum, or just neighbours, or, people putting letters through your door saying, hi, I'm Sally and I can go shopping for you if you like. That sort of community minded living. And I really hope when things go back to normal, whatever that may be, it's not everybody's so busy getting back into the rat race that you don't have time to look up and see other people again. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? That's
Well, I'm
but
very
I hope.
hopeful is a very good t-shirt as well. I'm very hopeful. It sounds a bit like I'm sorry grateful from Sondheim, which I like as well.
I'm very
Which is another
hopeful.
duet that we could do. It's actually a trio, but we could do that. I'm very hopeful. I like a lot. Any habits that you think you or we might take forward?
Yes. Can I speak about a habit that I have started, which I
Yeah.
would recommend to everybody? After 9 o'clock, I don't look at my phone. I plug it in the kitchen, and in my bedroom, I have classic FM playing very quietly, very
Oh.
soothing, and I light a little candle, and I have no screens before bed, and I go to bed about
Wow.
11 o'clock. So the last couple of hours, actually, I lie, I do watch the telly. So, but yeah, I'm not a moron.
Yeah, but
But
no, that's okay. That's okay. I think
yeah,
watching a nice bit of Netflix or something. But I like the idea when you
absolutely.
go into your bedroom, you've got classic FM playing, and
Classic
you
FM
might read a book,
feels
have
like a
sit with a
spa or
candle.
something. Read a book. I'm now reading The Girls by Lisa Jewell, who's one of my favourite authors. And
Nice.
and then you just go to sleep in a nice calm way, not all razzed up. It's really helped my sleeping. I'm like in
Wow.
an unbelievable way, and people have been saying it for ages. Don't have your screen before you go to bed. But honestly, it's amazing, and I really, really, really hope I can keep doing it.
Okay, that's a fantastic one. We should all do that. I should plug my phone in a different room,
It's
because
so
just
hard though,
even
isn't it?
not looking at it last thing and not looking at it first thing would change my life. And
Yeah,
yet I continue not to do that. I continue not to
it's
do that.
a difficult habit to
Yeah.
make though, because I get terrible FOMO if I had to text my mum and say, and by the way, this is my home phone number in case you need to get me in the night. She's like, okay.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. My mum, I ring on her landline anyway. Um, but I do have a landline specifically for my mum. So I can ring her for free, and I'm not on my mobile all the time. So she's the only person that would call on the landline. Otherwise, it's definitely one of those callers asking if I've got insurance or if I've had a car accident or
Yeah.
something. So yeah, that's the only thing I would worry about. But I don't really need to worry about it because she would ring me on the landline. So yeah, if that's what I should do. I'm going to try and do that tonight. Plug it in a different room.
Yeah. Someone
Um,
called Priya just said it's called sleep hygiene.
Yeah, I know. It's absolutely the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do. And finally, if lockdown were open now and everything was back to normal,
Mm.
what would you be desperate to do? What's the first thing you do?
Stay in.
Ah,
I don't want to go out. What
oh,
would
have you
I
got
do?
Stockholm syndrome?
I just really, I like it here. It's nice.
Yeah.
But I also like being able to go, because I live right by the sea. I love just being able to go to the beach and stuff like that. What would I would love to go out for a really lovely meal. I would love to go to a spa. I'm a feminist, but I really want to go out to a spa and be wined and dined by my husband.
Oh, that'd be nice. So maybe book in a nice facial massage after everything you've been through, and then get your husband to take you to a nice dinner, and
Yes.
then just come home again. And
Yeah.
I kind of know what you mean. I've got Stockholm syndrome a bit. I'm like, what if I have to go back to charging around the world and the country and the city? And I'm always in a different, an hour here and an hour there. Oh, the thing I'm going to do after this is I am going to curate my weeks better and not go. There is technically a space at Thursday at 7 o'clock. So yes, I can do that. I'm going to be like, what else have I got on that week?
Yeah.
Because I was running myself into the ground, I've realised now. So that's how I'm going to be.
You are
in
the
theory.
busiest person I know.
In theory, I will not go back to running around because it's not healthy. It wasn't healthy what I was doing, and nor any comedian that I know were running around gigging in different town every night, all of that sort of stuff. But I do hope we get to do our tour again, and we just do it elegantly and don't try and combine it with other work.
We were going to open at the Apollo.
I know. We will again. We will. This is just an important time where we need to, be still and focus and be generous to other human beings and also be generous to ourselves. And Jess, it has been a complete delight to have you on today. You've made us laugh. You've made us laugh. You entertained us with your singing. You've opened up about your dad. You've shared the most ludicrous book, and I couldn't have asked for more. We couldn't have asked more. Is there anything else that you want to tell us about today before you go? Anything we can follow you on, share? Can you make a little podcast? Can you make a little story about your podcast where we can?
Yes.
Is it just going to be wherever podcasts are? Like, is
Wherever
there a time when we can listen to it?
Are from the 2nd of June. We've got guests including Rachel Parris, Ellie Taylor, Jess Fosterque,
me,
Stephen Bailey, Robin Morgan, Deborah Francis White. And I'm trying to get Gareth Malone on, choir master extraordinaire.
Oh, please do that. Please do that.
And then I'll make a choir out of all my celebrity voices.
Oh my God, that sounds incredible. And people are saying, can we have a short anything? You don't have to sing a whole song, but can we have anything musical to close?
Yes. We're going to have a Judy Garland and Barbara Streisand duet. The podcast is called Stars in Your Ears, by the way.
Stars in Your Ears.
Here it goes. Forget your troubles, happy days, and just get happier here again. You gotta chase the skies above, your blues away are clear again. Shout hallelujah, so sing a song, and just get happy up here again. Happy times, happy nights, happy days are here again. Huge
round of applause from everyone. Everyone is clapping at home, and I know that you can't hear it, but you kind of can. Amazing. You are amazing, Jess Robinson, and soon you will be the most famous person in the world. I'm certain of it. We love you so much. Everyone's going to join into that podcast because it's going to be absolutely joyful. I'm going to do more singing lessons in order to get ready for my episode. Love you. Look, everyone's clapping in the look. So much clapping. We don't get any clapping anymore. What I would suggest is you sing that at 5 to 8 on a Thursday and then just put your head out the window and accept the applause. Steal a bit of NHS applause. They won't mind. They've got loads. Jess, it's been absolutely glorious, and please come on again because you're endlessly interesting. Loads of love. Love from us all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. See everybody tomorrow, 6 o'clock for the new normal back here. You've all been great. And look out for Jess's T-shirt. Oh, if anyone's got any suggestions for Jess's T-shirt, other than the ones we've come up with, is there anything you particularly want? You could have, what was the ones? It was it was
Hello Gorgeous.
Hello Gorgeous, pussy. Then hashtag pussy. What was the other one? Hopefully, warily hopeful. Wary hopeful. Wary hopeful. Like sorry grateful. Any of either of those? Cheese. People are just saying cheese.
Yes.
Oh, emotional support cheese. I have emotional support cheese. Somebody suggested before. So there's that. Anyway, lovely. People are liking Very Hopeful. Lovely. Hannah from the merch store we'll decide on that, but people seem to be going for Very Hopeful.
I love Very Hopeful.
So, and then you'll get 100% of the profit, so everyone can buy one, please. That would be great. Who can afford to? Okay, lots of love. Bye,
love
everyone.
You. Bye.